I'm sick of this. Hang on. This is what I do. So, work on artwork, work on artwork, work on artwork, work on artwork, and so forth. Why? Because I've always studied to be an artist since I was a kid. Fine. Like, let's just be realistic. Like, my major at high school, art. First thing I did after high school. So Judy Ball, my art teacher who had a stroke, and then it was Miss Gill. First thing was when it was coming to the whole, like, what are you going to do after year 10? And I was like, I'm going to go to year 11 and 12. And my teacher, Judy Ball, said, why? You want to try and get into TAFE college and just major in art and design, because that's what I was studying at school at Lady Rosary College. She goes, you've got to that. She goes, why waste another 2 years when you should focus on your actual ability, like your creative side? So I did. So I went and I studied fine arts. So that was in 1996. So I studied to be an artist. Okay. I don't know where anybody got their information from about me in the last 9 years, but it doesn't match. The simple facts is that I've always been an artist. I've always been good at artwork. Okay. This is not the best. This is just me doing, so basically looking at a little tiny slide that was, Uncle Fred's, where the plane was landing in Rose Bay and painting it. Well, it was a black and white photo, so that's the colours aren't right as well. But anyway, who gives a shit? I'm still working on artwork. It's not really my medium that I do. So let's go backwards a bit, okay? Because to move forward with this matter, the last 9 years, again, why, when I have continuously said since 2015, I'm getting lied about, that no one helped. Because every person that I actually asked, and the biggest mistake I ever did was ask my mother, Carol. They wanted to jump on and scan. Okay, Carol contacted me in 2015 and said, oh, apparently you've gone for all your money. What'd you do with your money? Because I had a couple of $100,000 in the bank after selling my property. And I'm like, I didn't go for my money. She goes, well, I've heard from Giovanni. He said you can't pay rent. I'm like, oh, fuck off. So Giovanni didn't want to pay rent because it was all in my name and I moved out temporary. So the truth about this is the fact that Giovanni has never paid rent or utilities. He moved in with me, and even since I've come back to Australia, we've had this argument where Giovanni has admitted himself. We said, but you said I don't have to because it's your place. That's true. That is the truth. That's right. Because I was just paying my own rent, full rent, and utilities, and Giovanni moved in with me everywhere we lived. He's moved in with me. So he never paid rent. He never paid utilities. All he had to do was buy his own groceries. He was out all the time. Now, again, this is my business with my ex-partner. Not my mother's, not her sister's, not organisations, not social workers, no one's. Mine. Because this is where it all started. 2015, I was sick and tired of not knowing what was going on. I found out that Giovanni had lied about me. I was sick and tired of the manipulation between Marianne and Giovanni. And let me go back to and I'm telling the truth here. When Nan had a stroke in 2013, they couldn't wait to rush Nan off and put her in a nursing home to make money from her house. That's true. Now, the way it works with the nursing home, you've got to sell the house basically to pay for the nursing home. If you've got assets to sell. Other than that, I don't know how it works with government funded or whatever. Now, unless someone has to live in that house. So Marianne did. I'm standing there. She said, I will say it's Justin. I said, no, you won't. No, you fucking won't. Thanks very much. This is the trouble, that bitch Marianne Mahowski. No, sorry, not just her. The trouble is everybody, being listened to except for me. Why was anyone listened to except for me? In the whole scheme of thing, even after I was mugged November 30th, 2007, why was anybody listened to except for me? I'm still not getting any information back from any solicitor of any organisation. It's like, I'm sorry, but why were you involved? I didn't involve you. So why is it that I have an organisation that thinks I can't cook or clean or look after myself? Why is Giovanni getting Centrelink money saying he was a carer, and now to cover that up, he said that was for us to help us with money? It's like, I never needed help with money. You did, Giovanni. You did. Because when I met you, Giovanni, Craig and Salvo, or Jonathan Craig Consalvo, somebody from Adelaide who barely lived in Sydney for 11 years when I met you. You were living in a share house with Paula in Kensington. You had a mattress, a TV, and an Xbox. You had nothing. You didn't even own your car. You were struggling in massive, huge amounts of debt that you told me was because of Mark Gilchrist, your ex-boyfriend. And you were having a breakdown is what you told me, again, because of Mark Gilchrist, your ex-boyfriend, and the way he treated you. Although a friend of Mark Gilchrist, which was Jane Harrison, told me in 2009 that's bullshit. Giovanni moves in with his boyfriends and doesn't contribute, basically, which is exactly what he did with me. Then I confronted Giovanni about what Jane had said, and that all, shit hit the roof there. He smashed up my apartment, which he did, and said, oh, she's an ice addict and whatever, and, discredited her. But still, the facts remain in that he was a broke-ass Paul from Adelaide, and unless he moved in with me, was moving back to Adelaide because he had nothing in Sydney. So he used me. That's it. Simple fact. Okay, I'm off studying. So here's the other thing. I don't know why people didn't think, where's my folder for my studies? Oh, do I have to get it? So I went back to my design studies. I had studied fine arts in 1996. I studied design fundamentals in 1997. When I was mugged after work and I was told, part salary payment for 10 years, I thought, okay, well, I'll go back. And they're like, well, you can study something. I'm like, okay, I'll go back to my studies. I studied design in the past. I'll go back to design. So I studied design events illustration at Enmore Design Centre, TAFE College, where I received a credit in my pass for design a wearable object. Now, yes, the course is design a wearable object, okay? So you do have costume design in that as well. But everybody had a different brief, okay? My brief under Regency, okay, that's what it was. My class was called Regency, okay? My brief, and I would have it, was the part that my brief was focusing on fashion design. Okay, it was taxidermy, it was tailoring, Russian 1920s fashion. So to pass and receive a credit, which I received the credit for my pass in design a wearable object, I had to learn about the whole fashion designer things. Okay, we put on, part of that course as well. So I actually modeled I've done modeling in my past. This is separate. I've modeled in my past as a teenager. I've done modeling, always because I had a flair for fashion design, but that's not why I modeled my what I wore. We all modeled what our design was. So I modeled my design in the event design part of the class. So the whole framed in 2009 at Enmore Design Centre, TAFE College, that was part of each class, first, second, and third years. That was part of event design. So event design was in that course. So that whole framed that everybody, it was around, was it April or something we put that on? That was, might have been later, I don't know now, so long ago. That was part of event design. So there's event design in it, there's logo design. I had Linda Christie's as a teacher for logo design. There it was, product design. We had to design a chair. There was magazine design. We had to design a spreadsheet for a magazine. So graphic design. There was design a wearable object, which I touched on fashion design and passed that. Now I completed first year. So this is all I've ever said. I completed first year of design events illustration at Enmore Design Centre, TAFE College in 2009, where I received a credit for my design a wearable object, and that touched on fashion design, which is something I've always been interested in. You can see this as a teenager when I did modeling and work experience for styling and visual merchandising at Trelaws, which I did. That you can see this. You can see when I've had interior design when I did downtown interiors in 1995, work experience. Okay, it was in the newspaper. You can see this. Okay, you can see this when it comes to me doing work experience at Johnson Street, Tamworth, TAFE to be an art professor in 1995. Arts and media work experience. So this is right through my history. So when I was mugged after work, November 30th, 2007, in my chosen career path as a VIP host, which I chose that path to go down that path in 1999, when I started hosting functions at the Powerhouse Hotel, as this is what Caroline Wright saw in me. Okay. It was even Caroline Wright who said you should get down to Star Casino, be a casino host. You want to, that's you. So I did. And I found out this was a chosen career path that I absolutely loved, and I was in it for almost 10 years. But I had always studied art and design before that. So these organisations, these people, these idiots that thought I was mentally retarded, wake up to yourself. I played a prank on you because you thought I was a drug dealer or a drug user. So I started acting like I was high on drugs and you thought that was mentally retarded. That's all 2016 and 2018 was. You wanted to harass my life because I was lied about in 2015. You harassed me, so I played a prank on you back. I don't need a carer. I don't need a support network. No one's ever done anything for me. Giovanni wasn't running home from work. You have to do so much for Justin. He's a fucking liar. When did he ever fucking cook if it wasn't just cooking because, his turn or whatever? Okay? When? When did we really eat together? I'm still going back through after 2012. When did we ever eat dinner together? Since 2012. Because when I first met him, he was coming over to my place in Surrey Hills and I was cooking dinner for him. Okay? But from 2009, I'm at Enmore Design Centre, TAFE College. 2010, I'm studying interior design, so interior decoration 101 at Cocoa Republic Design School. That's affiliated with Enmore Design Centre, TAFE College. I'm working for Steve Hatchett and Mitri. And if Steve Hatchett and Mitri from Chili Pip thinks seriously, this pisses me off because let's just put it down to work experience so it keeps Steve happy. But Jesus fucking Christ, I did draw up designs, okay, based on what I learned how to draw up designs and perspective drawing and so forth when you're designing a sofa. And I've got that somewhere here in my studies as well. So Steve Hatchett and Mitri had a designer label sort of warehouse for sofas. I've been designing my own sofas since 2006. That's when I first met him. When I designed a couple of sofas for my place and they were sold on whatever. Okay. Now I was designing another sofa. He didn't have a staff member and said, you want to come and do some work for me? So from 2009 to 2012, I did. Okay. Now I did design Jamie Wright's sofa. Okay. That went into a shoe shop in Double Bay. I didn't make it. I designed it. That was my drawing. I designed. Then I had to look at what Steve Hatchett and Mitri had in St. Peter's in Chili Pip to see what templates I could use to create my design. Get it through your fucking head. Because I'm not going to stand back and be lied about like I just have for 9 years. I'm sick of it. Get it through your fucking head when I say I'm so sick and tired of this bullshit from social workers and organisations that are doing nothing but scamming government-funded money. I've had a gutful. In 2010, Jamie Wright came into Chili Pip in St. Peter's. She had an idea in her head of what she wanted, and it had to be a sofa that would fit into through the small doors of a shoe shop in Double Bay. I drew up specs for that sofa. Worked it out, that's what she liked. Then I had to look at what Steve had as templates on the floor to go, well, okay, how can I get the warehouse to make this sofa? We can use the Ascot style lounge, the New York style lounge back. So I had to type all this up into the computer system, tell the warehouse, look, as per my diagram, this is how I want you to make this one-off sofa with a split in the middle that can be joined together. Okay? I did that in 2010 and went into Jamie Wright's shoe shop in Double Bay in 2011. That's what I did. So yes, I did. Whether even you wanted to use that one thing there I did for Jamie Wright's sofa, I designed that sofa. I got paid for that design for that sofa. I studied design and I worked in it. There you fucking go. End of story. Have I done anything with it since 2012? No, I haven't. There. I was truthful. Done nothing with it. Was I going to? Yes. If I wasn't scammed and lied about since 2015 by disability organisations, social workers, support workers, volunteers, people I never involved but Giovanni did in 2016 to fix whatever damage he'd done by telling people lies since he met me. Because none of his lies matched the facts and he was getting caught out. And that's what this is about. He got caught out about his bullshit lies. I caught him out at first in 2015 when I found out that this was continuing. The first time I found out was in March 2013. Now everyone wants me to let go and back down. No way. I've had 9 years of my life stolen from me with your lies about me. Police believe bullshit that wasn't true. Or because I had to be a smart ass back instead of standing my ground and saying, no, look, that's wrong. I'm not standing for it, but no, because some ridiculous organisation kept following me around. I'm like, oh, let's pretend I'm mentally retarded. Oh, yes, my dog. Yeah, that wasn't real, you fucking loser. Okay? You want me to friggin' put up with this shit for 9 years? You lot were told you had a choice to keep this bullshit going. I'd move to America. You kept it going. Now pay me what's fucking mine. And that's exactly what happened. I'm not backing down. I'll go against New South Wales government if I have to. Never had a care in my life. Giovanni didn't cook or clean or wash. I wasn't an invalid that couldn't look after myself. None of that was true. Okay? I had a gut for the bullshit with George Jacobs. That's true. As for the shit to do with that other fuckwit, what was it? Marcelo Rodriguez. Yeah, I'm not sitting there listening to your bullshit. So I'm not going to do what you asked me to do with this report that he wanted to do. I'm there going, oh, you want me to repeat back ridiculous words? Oh, pencil, chair, bell. Are you fucking nuts? Like I sound like I'm mentally retarded? You're sitting here going, I want you to repeat back a word to me. Pencil, chair, bell, teacher, hammer, axe, well. I'm there going, you fucking loser. I'm sick of this shit. So no. Oh, here's a group of blocks. Put them in a shape for me. Get fucked. I'm not some mentally retarded weirdo. Piss off. No, I can't do it. You know, start listening to fucking me. I've had it. You know, I'm still waiting to know what Giovanni did, considering Giovanni used to come home from work. If I ever saw him and sit there with his face glued to his phone playing a bubble game like a fucking loser. That's what it was like living with the fuckwit. I felt like I was walking on eggshells, so I wanted to get away from him all the time. Oh, he gets home from work. Don't talk to me. I need 2 hours. Oh, I'm like this. Oh, fucking piss off back to South Australia, you moron. Sitting there in my place that I'm paying for, playing his bubble game. Wouldn't pick up after himself. Never did a frigging day of washing. And fine, I will say again, he was already told, don't touch my washing machine. He breaks everything. Like, my vacuum cleaner. I was like, don't vacuum. I'll vacuum. It's a good vacuum cleaner. I'll leave it with him when I moved to America. He broke it. So there you go. But he had it 2 weeks and he broke it. It was a beautiful, like, good Dyson vacuum cleaner. So yeah, so he never did vacuuming. He mopped once. The floor was so sticky. I said, don't bother mopping again. You've got to boil the water. He was so pampered wanker, Giovanni, from his fuckwit mother. I don't give a shit. I can't stand it. Dawn fucking Carpenter. That's right. His mother's name's Dawn Carpenter. Convict Scottish. No, I can't fucking stand her because they baby him and timmy him and put up like this bullshit. Like I said, his father, Sebastian, rang me because Giovanni was crying on the phone to him and I'm getting a phone call. I got a phone call back when I was even working at Steve's. Why is my son crying? I'm like, I haven't seen your son for about 3 days. So, you know, he's probably up. What I really want to say is your son's probably smoking crystal meth like he does and getting fucking fisted in the ass, taking telegraph poles in his fucking ass because that's why we've got to break down our relationship. And I never see your son. He's not my fucking carer. He's a fucking deadbeat partner that I can't get rid of thanks to the fucking Australian legal system. Seriously. I left the guy that many fucking times. Like I said. Okay? I can't fucking stand Giovanni. I cannot fucking stand him. And he only got away with these lies because look at my fucking mother and my fucking mother's sisters. And that's for dad's side. Auntie Linda and Aunt Sharon's children. Start knowing your own family member because you have no idea about me, considering we only reconnected at Nan's funeral, which was October 2007. Okay? The first time we started actually sitting down and having conversations together and socializing was December 2008. So you really didn't know much about me. Like Christy Ceruni said, oh, we've caught up. You used to always go to the opera bar. Yes, that's right. I did always go to the opera bar. And I was wearing my beautiful white sports jacket that I've had since my early 20s. That was Cavalli. That's right, Christy Ceruni. That's Linda's daughter. So Uncle Tony and Auntie Linda Pincham, Linda's a Fleming, their daughter Christy Ceruni, my first cousin. Yeah, she did catch up a couple of times, but it's like, seriously, these were times with short space, and then what? Once I was with Giovanni, it was all Giovanni. You didn't bother knowing. You don't know what I was doing since I was with Giovanni, because I go and visit you guys, and it's like, oh, what's Justin doing? It's like, and then Giovanni would be like, well, you can't say what you've been doing because of this. I'm like, bullshit. What are you feeding people? What bullshit? Because work knows I'm studying. They said I can study. I just can't. The only thing I can't do in the next 10 years is go and work for another casino. The only thing I was told was while you're on part salary payment, you can't go, like you can't leave here and go and work for Crown in Melbourne as a VIP host. Then you won't get, then the workers' comp will finish. Like, so, you'll be on part salary payment while you're recovering from the injuries. We're happy to do this. And then you can negotiate your job back in 2017. That's it. Though, 2016, I had Matt O'Rourke from the Reach Out organisation with bullshit lies. I didn't involve him. I had Bobby Goldsmith with bullshit lies. I had Eva Levy, you fucking moron, from IBAC. Did I play a prank? Yes, I played a prank. Oh, I'm guilty of that. But when some wanker's coming at me and I'm like, this is fucking bullshit, put a stop to it. I have a green card to America and I studied design. The only thing that is really affecting my life, early 2016, I had pneumonia. Why did I have pneumonia? Because I was on a long time on prednisone. Prednisone caused pneumonia. That's it. So I've got some respiratory problems. I'm trying to recover from it. I don't need you coming around harassing my life. I'm not an invalid that can't shower, cook, or look after themselves. You fucking idiots. This is where this has started from. And I'm the one telling you people. I told him in 2016. I'm not an invalid. You've got wrong information about me that you're acting upon and you keep coming over my place. Because your place was in a mess. It's like, I haven't been here for 6 months. Haven't been, and my tools on a dining table? Yeah, because I'm fixing the wardrobe in the bedroom. My wardrobe, I'm moving it around because I'm moving back to my apartment that I've not lived at for 6 months. I haven't lived here for 6 months. Like, I stayed away because I was sick of walking on eggshells. Like I said, Giovanni, the whole bullshit in 2015, let me go back to what I was saying at the beginning with Carol. Okay. So, yeah, he was being a smart ass to me. So I walked out and said, that's it. Rent's paid in advance. Internet's paid in advance. Everything's paid up. You haven't paid for a cent since you live with me. I'm staying away. I'm walking on eggshells in my own place. I can't even sit down on my own furniture. You've lied about me so much to people that they've believed it, and I have no life. So I left him, and I was staying away, and he kept going, you're coming back? I'm like, no. He realized then that was it. Okay, around April 2015, he realized. I was like, no, I don't care. Well, I'm just staying here, staying there. I was coming back during the day. Yeah. Coming back doing washing, get some clothes, changing. Every time I knew he wasn't there. Coming back here, not every day. Months will go by. And this was like, no, he's 6 months there. He went to Adelaide. And that was this wanker I was hanging around with, but not like-minded to me. I just brought my dog from him. I brought my dog from him and then told him the story that was going on with my relationship. So I just started just affiliating with a complete stranger. That's how bad things were in my home. That I started affiliating with a complete stranger. The guy I brought my dog from. That's how that happened. I brought my dog from a complete stranger and started affiliating with him because things were so bad in my home environment. That's it. Now, when all this shit happened, so I even asked that guy, Brett Aikenhead is a complete stranger. Can you come over my apartment? Giovanni's away in Adelaide. I want to see what mess he has in it. It was filthy. Brett Aikenhead and I cleaned my apartment when I wasn't even staying there. We scrubbed it from top to bottom. It was filthy. So then when I moved back into my apartment in October, because there's 6 months, October 2015, it was in a mess. I looked at how I used to always have it immaculate, beautiful, clean, always polished with orange oil. It was stunning. I looked at the mess that this slob had my place in because his fucking mother, Dawn Carpenter, has him. Oh, but poor Giovanni, fucking poor Giovanni. He's been babied his entire fucking life to be a golden child. Okay? So I came back and I was like, you want to clean this? My place was immaculate when I moved out. And he goes, don't worry. I've asked for a cleaner through Acon or Reach Out or Bobby Goldsmith or something. You just got to be here for the meeting. I've said it was for you. I'm like, what? He goes, oh, it's a free cleaner. You don't have to pay for it. That's where that started. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, if it means my place is going to get clean before I move back. Then it went from that lie, I'm getting lied to, my family's getting lied to, Amanda, my twin sister's getting lied to, but she's a fucking idiot if she can't see, the difference between black and blue. Giovanni's lying to these organizations. I'm not involving them. Okay. Next minute, there's these massive big bullshit stories that have started that there's no facts to. None. And it just kept continuing and continuing and continuing. Now, I'll admit, when I moved and I popped my hip out, yeah. Because when I was moving in 2016, December 2016, my hip, I popped it out. And I was waiting till I finished moving to go to the chiropractor because I thought if I go to the chiropractor, I'm wasting my money. It's going to pop out again. It pops out, that S1, L5, like you wouldn't believe. It just pops out if I move the wrong way. With the disc bulge happens again, I get swollen in the side. So I was waiting, yeah. Okay. But during that period of time as well, Giovanni, deliberately like an arsehole, knowing with the whole monitoring and surveillance that was going on because of the lies about me in 2015, deliberately, like when we were doing the Go Get van in 2016 and he deliberately pushed my Turner cabinet into me, pushed me back. I was pinned up a back because he's violent and then tries to make me look out to be the person I'm not. Remember, it was Giovanni that smacked Brett Aikenhead in the mouth. He's got a violent side, but he's got all these great Mormon parents that, of course, he's a golden child. Get fucked. Seriously, I'm sick of this bullshit. Same as when Giovanni, let's go right back to when he broke my door on the Alfa Romeo and I had to have it fixed. The same thing. Oh, police attacked me over it because, oh, poor Giovanni. I'm a stick and Giovanni was a big man back then. I was a stick, so I was still a twink. My good sports car, the Alfa Romeo GTV, Spider. Yeah, he deliberately smashed my door. He deliberately smashed my fucking door. I said to him, don't come back to my place. You go back to the share house you came from. Okay? He came to 392 Cleveland Street. He pushed his way in for the front door. This is exactly what happened, what police were told. And I said, he pushed his way in, I pushed him out. They said, oh, you pushed him out? That's assault. And arrested me. I'm like, what? That happened. New South Wales police arrested me for assaulting him because I said, no, he pushed his way in, I pushed him out. Well, you pushed him out, that's assault. I'm like, he's barging his way into my house. That's home invasion. Arrest him for home invasion. But did they? No. No, I'm not. I'm done with the lies. I'm done with watching people scam and me being this person who was always raised to bite my tongue and keep the peace and shut my mouth. I'm done with shutting my fucking mouth. I'm done. My nana always said, no, just let it go. Well, I've always let everything go, which is why this has happened, which is why there's no truth, which is why this happened to do with Star Casino and Return to Work, which is why Giovanni got away with forging my signature and committing fraud. And police don't do anything. They don't do a goddamn fucking thing. What I've said was the truth in every single statement. That's back then. Then he did it again in 2016 when we're moving. He deliberately pushed that cabinet right into me. Deliberately. And he broke the leg off it. Now, he knew how much I loved that Turner cabinet. He was jealous of everything I had in my life. Always has. When I first met him, he's one of those gay guys that were looking, well, how can you've got all this? It's like, because I wasn't a guy that skipped up and down Oxford Street, Giovanni. That's my comment. It's like, because I was always at work. You don't have many friends because I never had time for a social circle. And the friends that I have, I've got, like you can count fingers on one hand. His attitude was he has so many friends. I'm like, yeah, but you have no money and assets. You got a lot of friends. You're out clubbing all the time. But you don't have anything. I don't have any friends. I don't have many friends. And what I do have, my best friend, Rodney Sard, which is what I used to say when I first met him, which that friendship dwindled away straight away after I met Giovanni. Rodney Sard, my best friend, dwindled away after I met Giovanni. So I used to sit there and go, well, I've got Rodney Sard. I've got Johnny Totaro. What else do I need? That's it. They're my two friends. Why do I need more friends than that? I feel like a hole in the head. That's why I've got all these expensive furniture. That's why I've got an expensive sports car. And that's why I've got all this money in the bank. Because I've been working. I don't have time for a social life. But he's always skimming up and down Oxford Street with all these friends and showing off with people. And it's like, oh, I've got what I have because I don't have this big flashy social life. So I enjoy my life and my lifestyle because I don't need people that really are meaningless. I mean, how many people do you need as friends? Like, seriously, how many people do you need as friends? Like, one? Two? Well, that's enough, isn't it? Like, what? You have so many people you can't give them your time then. Because you do have family you have to give time to as well. Like, that's what I don't understand is when people say, oh, I've got hundreds of friends. I'm like, you mean you've got hundreds of acquaintances? Like, your friends, how can you say you can give time to all these people? You know, like I try to find time for Rodney Sard. Like, this is in the past before Giovanni dwindled that friendship. So he was my best friend. And it was Rodney Sard and Johnny Totaro. That's it. And to me, that's like, well, that's all I need. Why do I need anything else than that? I can say, well, they're two good friends of mine. Two really good friends, and that's it. Other people are just acquaintances or affiliates. And that's what I used to sit back and say. Like, I didn't say, I mean, and you look at what I've got, it's like, well, yeah, because I always worked. And, you know, like I would have, like, you know, I've got to remember when I'm working late at Star Casino and Rodney used to come in, like he used to finish at the Shangri-La and his mum used to bring me, like, well, Rodney used to sit, knowing that I love Arabic food. And was it like we used to sit there and bring, well, I think, you know, Rodney made it actually. Kippy. You know, it's one of my favourite sort of Arabic foods. Rodney knew, like, my Nana Lola's favourite Arabic sweet. Here's the thing. You go and ask my mother and her sisters what Lola's favourite Arabic sweet is. Rodney can tell you because Rodney used to stop off at Abla's in Granville back in the year 2003 and 2004. He used to go to Granville to Abla's, then come to Nan's in Kerry Road in Blacktown and bring Nan this, I can only think of what it's called, like ladies' elbows. Rodney Sard would know. And Nan used to always say, oh, Rodney, you're buttering me up. These are my favourite. It was an Arabic sweet my Nana Lola used to love. Rodney brought them every time he come to Blacktown. That's my best friend. Rodney Sard's my best friend. But that relationship went when I met Giovanni Gonsalvo. And I was like, well, I've only got two friends, but I don't really want anything other than that. My grandfather Reg used to say, never have more friends than fingers on one hand. And I think that's a good way to live your life. Because otherwise, these, you know, how can you give respect to these people in your time? That's it. There was Rodney Sard and Johnny Totaro. And to me, it was like, but I don't need anyone else. I don't see the big issue. And if they're busy, well, they're busy. If they're working, or I'm working, or Johnny's got things with his family, and I used to be close to his ex-wife and so forth, and I was close to his current wife now. And so the families, you know, is to go and see them. Well, I don't see the big deal in having that life. But Giovanni Gonsalvo, Gio, or Jonathan Craig from Adelaide, had all of these. He's kept in touch with all his friends from school and all these and this. I'm like, wow, that seems so expensive and draining. That's what I was like. I'm there going, wow, is that a Mormon thing? Because I'm Roman Catholic. Like, is this a Christian thing? Because I'm a Roman Catholic, it seems to be very much a Jehovah's Witness, born-again Christian, Latter-day Saints, Mormon things. Because you guys, your religions, you have to have all these people. Is that why? And I could never understand. Because it's definitely a religious thing. Never understood it, to be honest. It was like, wow, this is so exhausting. Like, every day with him was like, oh, I won't be home. I won't be home. It's like, yeah, okay. I never see you. So, you know, like ships passed in the night. So he wasn't my carer. He was a scam artist, that's for sure. So, again, any money he got from Centrelink was for him. My money I already had. I sold my investment property, 16 Scott Road, okay, in 2008. Paid out my mortgage. I still had a shitload of money in the bank before I sold my place because I had fixed term deposits, savings accounts, and so forth. I've got all the receipts from this. And I used to transfer, I had 4 bank accounts. I used to transfer money from one to the other so I could keep up so I wouldn't have to pay interest. Okay? Like, I used to basically call them my twin accounts because one bank was 2 accounts and the other bank was 2 accounts and they're exactly the same. So I'll be like, transfer money from this bank to pay the twin account basically because they were exactly the same. One was, I want to say, was Bank A and Bank Z. One was a everyday saving to whatever, and one was another sort of account. They were both exactly like the other bank. So they were both very exactly the same. So I say I've got twin accounts, basically two accounts at each bank, plus fixed term deposits. I was set up. When Giovanni met me, I was rolling in money and it's like, why? No one could work out why. It's like, well, you can't work out why because you skip it up and down Oxford Street and you're always out. Why? Is because I wasn't out. I had no social life. Work was my social life and I always worked. So if I ever had spare time, I worked and took another job. That's what I was like right through my 20s. Now I love when Giovanni's like, oh, you should go back and do maintenance. It's like, I'm 45. I did maintenance not as a career, as a second job to give extra money. Why would I go and do maintenance? I was doing it in my 20s and 30s to make money. Yeah, I know what to do when it comes to changing sinks and faucets and so forth. So every man should know how to fucking change a vanity and replace a vanity, replace a washer. Everyone should know how to do this. But so I'm getting paid to do what I was already taught to do growing up. So fine. That was my second job. My main job was VIP hosting at Star Casino. My second job paid me cash in hand. Maintenance paid me cash in hand. Okay? I did Cartier's bathroom down the road. Me and I can't remember the guy's name. I think it was some Brazilian guy that used to work for Brezig Whitney. There was a couple of guys that worked for him. This one Brazilian guy came over once and I was doing stuff and I said, oh, look, I can do it. He goes, oh, you want to work for me? He wanted someone to do some jobs for him. And Giovanni can freaking turn around and say, when he started working at Manta, I was still doing maintenance because I did the floating floorboards on a place in the Horizon building with this guy. But that's not something I want to do now in my 40s. This is what I did as a second job to make me more money in my 20s and 30s. The same as lifting heavy, toughened glass right through my 20s. For Jeff, who run his toughened glass business from Hunters Hill, out of his parents' place. Well, I'm going to be a 45-year-old man breaking my back. These were second jobs. These were jobs to give me more cash. And mind you, those second job cash in hands paid basically for my overheads. So rent back in those days was only $300 a week rent. The overheads were low. I was on $47,730 a year at Star Casino, and I'm getting paid $25 an hour cash in hand. People looking at how did you have so much money? How did I not have so much money? Look what I was earning. How did I not have so much money? And I never touched it because I never went out or did anything. My going out lifestyle was the casino. I went to work. My whole social life was around Star Casino. There was myself going out clubbing. Okay, Jackie Phillips and myself. Yeah, we're going to what do you call it? We were part of the Star had this thing where they took $2 out of your wage for whatever, like staff parties and things. But I'm talking about the casino. Back in those days, they had everything going on, events all the time, and it was free. So, okay, we're going like, Jackie Phillips, Tony Bocello. Oh, we're off here. Going here, but it's free. It's paid for by the casino because I work there. So I didn't have to spend money on doing anything. Going out for dinner, well, I've had so much ambassador awards. Okay, so I've collected all this money up from Star Casino, all these comps, because I've earned so many ambassador awards, where it's like, okay, do you want to go to, Astrals? Do you want to go to Piermont's? I've got $500 comp here because I've got an ambassador award. I've got to spend it such and such date. Oh, Christmas is coming up. Dad likes brandy here on the gift shop downstairs. Oh, I've got this. Oh, wait a minute. Christmas and Easter, they're giving us presents because we work there. It was the best company to work for. I'm getting presents. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to use this. Here, I'll put that in with so-and-so's gift. So I think it was a good company. I had a great salary. I had flexible hours. I had health benefits, meaning if you had to have, for example, you had to take time off work, sick pay and all that stuff. You had 10 days sick pay a year. And if I didn't want to use my sick pay and I want to use day in lieu, you could do that. I've got to go in for a colonoscopy. The day before the colonoscopy, I've got to take this stuff that gives you diarrhea, so I can't come into work with diarrhea. Can I work the night shift before? Here's the thing. Justin, your shifts, daytime. Oh, can I change the busy night shift? Can I finish at 2 a.m. so that way tomorrow, can I have that off? And the next day, because I've got to go basically the laxative, colonoscopy, but I'll work the night after I have the colonoscopy. So that way I'm only having that day and a half off. Yeah. You know why? Because it's a flexible company. It's a flexible company where you can work around things. It's a 24-hour large company where you can look at a roster and say, look, I do have to go in for that surgery on that day, and I've got to prepare for it the day before. But I'll be out of surgery by 10 o'clock in the afternoon, and I think by 8 o'clock at night I'll be recovered from that. I can work from 8 o'clock at night, but I can't come in that day before because I'm taking a laxative. So, but I can work to 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. the day before, which means that covers you here. So really, I'm only taking one day off, the day I'm having the laxative, because I'm coming back into work the day after. You see? Yeah. It's flexible, which is exactly what I need. It's the most perfect environment. And you know what was the best thing about that was? I used to come home and still work on artwork. I used to work on artwork, work on design work. Jackie Phillips, when I was living with her, said, oh, there's a short course in, where was it? Around the corner from where we're living in St. Leonard's. If Jackie Phillips remembers this, it was, oh, you love design. It's Feng Shui in the home, or Feng Shui in the kitchen and bedroom. I'm like, oh, I did this 3-day short course on my days off doing Feng Shui. It was somewhere over on the north side. It was just a short course. That was fun. So I was always doing things. Here's the thing. I had what I had because I worked hard for it. I'm not backing down to be lied about for 9 years so people can try and make money off my misfortune event by destroying my life and lying about me. And that's it. That's final. I don't care who I have to fight. I don't care if judges have to fight. I don't care who I have to fight. I'm not backing down. You've destroyed my life in America. I came back to Australia. Not like I still have the green card. I could go back and live in America, but you kept going and causing me trouble in America. You couldn't stop. Of course, you people couldn't stop in 2016 when you were asked to, in 2017 when you were asked to, in 2018 when you were asked to. I'm in America and you guys could not stop. A scam artist, Stephanie DeSalis, who's now a social worker, wants people on her books. Let's lie and make money. This person's had an injury. Oh, this person's got a cough. Yeah, let's whack him in a friggin' nursing home and get their money. Guys, it sounds like my mother and her sisters, doesn't it? I've had it. I've had it with being lied about for so long and being the person that says nothing and bites my tongue and keep the peace. And I tell you what, if people had asked me and said, what happened after you were mugged? Straight away I would have said, no one did. It's like, okay. So I had the first year in 2008 and basically, most of the recovery was happening then. I already explained to you that it was the casino said, look, part salary payment for 10 years, great, I'll go back to my studies. So in 2008, then I'm looking at courses that were at Emmore Design Centre, TAFE College for 2009. I, entered for those courses, started studying in 2009 and in 2010. Plus, I did work for Steve Hashimoto from 2009 to 2012. Plus, I was still working, doing labouring labouring for a maintenance guy, or doing maintenance. I must have put in about 20 vanities in my fucking life. Seriously, because that's all it ever was. A wet vanity got wet, like those old friggin' paper crap ones. Pull it out, put a new one in. Basically, that's all I was doing. Like, it was so simple. Turn the water off, under the taps, put a new vanity, slot back in, taps back on, do it up, done. How many do that in a day? Oh, I've done about 3 vanities today. Yeah, simple. Okay? Vanities are the most fucking simplest thing to put on. Turn the water off, undo it, put the new vanity in, put the new tap fittings in, turn it back on, there you go, you're done. Like, seriously. So I was still doing that. Then it was, 2012, we were moving and everything. Submitted the application for the green card. 2010 got sick, had meningitis. So there's other illnesses that kept popping up that I had to look after. Just kept, pushing forward, going for the whole green card situation and so forth. 2013, so I planned to go to America in 2012 because I hadn't been back since 2001, but I pulled that off to 2013. So I'm in the States in 2013. Then my nan has a stroke. So suddenly everything gets put on hold. So there you go. There's your timeline right there. So what happened? Your nan had a stroke. So yeah, it was constant exhaustion from the family because nan had a stroke. So it was just no rest since 2013, basically. So it was like going through the motions and busy with that. There you go. There. And anything else? Let's just ask me, I'll tell you. But did anyone ask me? Did my solicitor even take my calls? Did work ask me? Anyone? Has there any information ever come from me myself? Ever? Did these organisations that got involved Were they involved because of me, or were they get involved because Giovanni told them that he was my carer? Okay? That's why. Yeah. And when I told people like Matt O'Rourke that you've been lied to about me, you're not needed, did he believe me, or did he go, oh, delusional? Because he's there bum chummy with Giovanni, which he was, bitching about me, back and forth text messages, which is exactly what Matt O'Rourke from the Reach Out organisation was doing. Giovanni, you have no idea what I'm going to put up with you, Justin. Keep lying, Giovanni, because I left you because you committed fraud. I left you because I discussed about what's my signature doing on a document where you're saying you're a carer. Haven't we already discussed this in the past? What's my signature doing there? And a document that says it was written by George Jacobs. But clearly you forged it. Clearly you forged that document, Giovanni, with my signature on it. Yeah. Keep it up, because I won't back down. You should be arrested for fraud and forgery. You think you're entitled to a prick that can destroy someone's life because I don't have a family and I've got a piece of shit family that would throw me under the bus before they ever told the truth, because they look at a situation and go, well, hang on a minute. Oh, we can benefit and gain from that ourselves. Why would we help Justin? Why would we help him? We can't stand him. His mum's favourite. Yeah, we can't stand him. Oh, sick of, like Marianne Michalski said in 2002, or was it 2003, early 2003, when she's like, oh, I'm sick of hearing about Amanda and Justin. Oh, we're sick of hearing about you fucking baby of the family. We hate your guts, Marianne Michalski. Can't stand you. Hate your fucking guts. Put up with you because we love our grandmother. The only reason why we put up with anybody in our life was because we loved our grandmother Lola. And that's it. She's dead now, so I don't have to put up with any of you.